Hey everyone, I'm getting ready to cook. As I'm cooking, we'll have a little chit chat. And yes, this is for my nose. I have a runny nose, so I always stick I always take one of the tissues and I stick in here so I know I have one to clean my nose. Sometimes it's social, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's like this, it's invisible, and sometimes it shows. Either way, it's for my nose, so I'm not worried about that. I'm making some chicken wings. No, not chicken wings. I'm making some. I'm getting ready to bake some chicken breast. You'll hear the oven make its. Every time it gets to a certain temperature, it makes this noise. That's what that is. Don't worry about it. We're good. Today's topic is a lot of people who live alone sometimes get depressed, sometimes get discouraged. Sometimes, they think they don't matter. There's a lot to go with what's happening. And I can relate. I was also alone many years ago before I met my second husband. I was alone for some time before that. So it can get really sad and down. But you have to stay focused. You cannot let that cause you to go into a relationship that you don't need or is not ready for. Being alone is not a bad thing at all. Being alone, you take the time to know who you are, what you like, what you love, what you don't like, what you don't love, and all these good things. It's just that some days it feels sad and lonely. And that's okay. That is okay to feel that way. I have my chicken breast in here, three of them. Put a little bit of olive oil on it. I cover it like this and I put it in the oven for an hour. I don't want to overcook it. 1 hour is perfect. And then I will decide how I'm going to use it. It is now in the oven. My next step is I want to bake a potato, sweet potato, and also bake some beets. Nowadays things are so expensive. These two beets was over $3. You know what I mean? So let us try and conserve, eat what we need, and throw away the excess. I'm going to chop this onion with some sweet peppers. But living alone is not a terrible thing. You have to balance life. Life can be easy or life can be hard. But it's not all hard and it's not all easy. There are days when you get challenged about life and being human, and we have to make a choice. It's not easy always to make a choice, but dealing with it is the best thing we can do. So in dealing with it, we make the load lighter. The problem sometimes don't go away after you deal with it, but it's in dealing with it that makes things easier. You kind of get what I mean? If you don't deal with it and you put it away, it's going to be on your mind always. It's going to show up over and over and over. Once you deal with it, you can navigate the rest of the stuff. When you live alone, and if you live alone, find something good to read. If you like reading, find something good to read. Something that will be motivating to you. Something that's going to uplift you. If you watch TV, find something good. Find something that's happy, something that will lift your spirits, something that will not make you feel worse after you finish watching it. If you live alone, you don't have anyone there to talk to I hope along the way you have made some friends or have met some people that you'll feel comfortable in calling and talking to them. In my onions and peppers, I'm going to put fresh garlic also. I love fresh garlic and olive oil. I love salt and pepper, and put that on anything. It works very good. I love to do that. So if you have fresh garlic and you like it, crush it up, add some fresh olive oil, olive oil, add some olive oil, a little black pepper, a little salt, mix it up, put it on anything. It works magic. I love, love, love doing that. I put it on salads, I put it on my chickpeas, I put it in my lentils, I put it in my rice, I put it on anything. I eat it raw. I like the raw garlic. So I try to let it do it as I need. I don't do it and put it away. I'll make just enough for what I need for the time. So it's always fresh. If you can eat raw garlic, if you like it. But living alone, you want to watch something uplifting, something that's going to bring you a little joy, something that's going to make you laugh. Find something funny to bring you a little bit of laughter every day. It is very healthy to laugh. And if you live alone, something else you can do. If we not working, we tend to stay inside a lot. Try to step outside. If you have a backyard, try sit there for a little while. Like me, I'm home during the day. I try to go outside and sit because I have a backyard. I try to go out there and sit, take some deep, fresh air breath and enjoy it. Sometimes I go there and I'll spend hours out there. I'll be out there. Some mornings I go there 10. I come back inside 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Some mornings I go there and I spend 10, 15 minutes. I stand, I stretch, I walk, and I come back. You don't have to spend a lot of time. Just go out, take some deep breaths, breathe some fresh air, and come back inside because you're inside a lot. Hopefully that will help you. When you live alone, there are lots of things you can do to make things a little better. When you live alone, you tend to do the same thing over and over. You usually sit in the same spot, usually eat in the same plate, drink in the same cup, and you don't do anything nice for you to uplift your spirits. So, when I was alone, and I live alone, and I still do it today, I'm going to show you some tips to help you and stay encouraged and do things differently. Instead of drinking in the same glass every day, you can find a fancy glass, a wine glass. You don't have to be drinking wine to have a wine glass. You can take a wine glass and drink your water during the day, or your juice, or whatever cold beverages you use. I tend to pull this one out a lot and drink my water in it. I bought this years ago. So I'll take it and I'll have this all day with my water in it. Do that for yourself. I have lots of different cups. I have this one. These are all my mugs, my cups that I drink from. I have this one, this one, this one, this one that my mom gave to me years ago. And I have another one that I used this morning, as you can see. This one. I used this one this morning. I try to get cups with nice sayings, or at least they look pretty. And you can drink your tea or your coffee. You can drink your tea or your coffee in something pretty. I love these cups, but every now and then I change it. I'll get this one, I'll go this one. I change it so I can change my mood for the day. If you live alone, another thing you can do, instead of just sitting on the couch and watching TV and eating, you can also set your plate, your utensils, and sit somewhere different in the house and eat. If you're having tea, you can have a nice, pretty cup to look at. I love to buy pretty cups to uplift me, even though I don't live alone. But if you live alone, these are things you can do to make yourself uplifted. If you drink water, you find a fancy glass and do that. You can choose different glasses. You can choose something like this to have your water. You live alone. You enjoy yourself because life is short. You want to do the things that is going to bring you joy and happiness. Drinking a nice glass, lift your mood up, act like you're out and you're having a fancy meal in a fancy restaurant. Tea. Do tea time or coffee time. Have a nice cup, sip some coffee, walk around the house, sing, hum, enjoy. Take a nice plate because you don't want to save them in your cabinet all the time for when people are over. You are important to you. Have a nice plate and then put your food in there if you order from out, which I do. Put it in there, sit down and eat. I sit in front of the TV and eat, or I sit at the table sometimes and eat, or sometimes I go and I sit at the kitchen bar. So it can be different. Do something different. If I'm not sitting at the dining room table, which is when you have a family, you have a dining room table. As they get older, hardly anybody sits at it anymore. I'll sit on one side and I'll eat. If not, I have a kitchen table right here, a small kitchen nook. As you can see, it have everything on it except us eating on it. I will pull a chair and I'll sit and I'll eat. But I try to change the place that I hang out in the house often to make it different. So every time I come there, it's like it's a different place because I'm home alone. So if you live alone, you can do those things. So enjoy your cups, your mugs, your glasses, the fancy ones, the non-fancy ones. Switch them, rotate them. I even have paper cups. Every now and then I'll pour my water in here and I'll drink it for the day. It's just something different. Don't save your fancy plates or your everyday plates for anyone. Use them. Life is short. Enjoy them. See, these are my teacups. Every now and then I take one with a saucer and I sit and I have a cup of tea. You can do that too. See, I have another cup Christmas. I have this single serve coffee. I will make a cup of coffee if I want the ground coffee. If not, I make instant coffee because I want to treat myself to different coffees. So sometimes it's ground coffee, sometimes it's instant coffee. I want to enjoy life. You have to enjoy life. It is a very good thing. When I make tea, I make it in one of these. This is what it looks like. And you put the tea in there, you cover it up, let it brew, and then you let it sit on the cup, and the bottom, when it sits on the cup, the bottom will release the tea. I love this. I have the loose tea here, and this is what I use in there. But I also have other teas. I have this tea. I have this tea, and I have a big box of this tea. I love teas, so I'm always making sure I have tea. And when I make my tea, I sit and I sip it. Sometimes it's at night when I'm reading a good book, Or if you like puzzle books, I'll take a puzzle book. I'll be there doing my puzzle. I'll have some tea in front of the TV or on the bed. And as I do my puzzle, I'll have a cup of tea or cup of coffee. If you like coloring, get a coloring book and color. Spend time with yourself. You are important. Enjoy what you do. Life is very short. Keep rising.